We're back live at the Eye, right here at the Potato Expo in Austin, Texas. With me, I've got one of my favorite food editors in the country, Addie Broyles from the Austin-Statesman. Now, Addie, I don't know if you know this. So again, as I've said before, Tony found all these fun facts that I didn't know about potatoes. So, did you know that potatoes went from a love drug to a miracle crop?
I had no idea that there was an aphrodisiac quality to them.
Exactly. So I'm not sure if it's real or not, but basically, when brought back to Europe, potatoes weren't an easy sell. Unlike the other important New World crops, corn in particular, their appeal wasn't immediately obvious. At first, the European buffoon Falstaff bellows let the sky rain potatoes, and peasants that were racked by famine were quick to find tubers' true virtues, which were all about nutrition, giving them energy,
Absolutely.
and obviously increasing their sex appeal.
Well, when you have a full belly, it's easier to
Exactly.
go to sleep.
So let's talk first about Austin.
Sure.
So Austin, and you know, you've been responsible for a lot of this, has really become, you know, a big dot on the map when it comes to food culture. What's going on in Austin today in the food scene?
Well, we were always on it for Tex-Mex and barbecue. That was
Right.
it. And then 15, 20 years ago, well, in the 90s, there was a big tech boom. All of a sudden, there was new money. And new money came new taste. There was a Silicon Valley connection with Austin. So suddenly people wanted finer cuisine. So that's when it really began. But in the past decade, it has exploded. And I think that also has to do with being a third coast. Chefs get priced out of New York, get priced out of California. They want to raise their family somewhere, so they come here. And there's still this boom going on, so there's a lot of investors who want to invest in these fancy, new, slick restaurants. And so that's where I think, from the restaurant perspective, why restaurants have grown so much in the past few years. But you know, you can't look past Whole Foods for some of that.
Right.
Whole Foods has been headquartered here for a long time. They've always pushed the border for food.
And one of your fellow judges, and Addie is one of the judges for the Spud Nation Throwdown at 5 o'clock today. Don't forget to tune in if you're not here. If you are here, make sure you head over right behind me over there. That's where it's going to happen. One of your fellow judges is Kathy Strange, who's the global
cheese buyer.
Yeah, and beyond cheese, just going around the world finding great innovative foods.
Yes.
So you guys, we're going to sit you together.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, now with Amazon's influence, we're seeing, I mean, every grocery store in town is delivering or having curbside pickup. And so that's where I'm interested to find out more from you about what you're seeing in grocery stores. We're going to go on my live stream here pretty soon. I'm excited about.
Okay.
But so what is your favorite potato? I know you're asking me questions, but.
Well, I don't remember the name of the restaurant that we were at last night. But, and maybe Tony will help me out on what the name of that restaurant was. He's texting it to me now. So we found I couldn't find the restaurant that I wanted to go to.
Sure.
But I walked down right on the other side of the Hilton, that street. What it is, it's Waller Creek Pub House.
Oh, nice.
It's a little bar,
bar
thing. So that's where we went. I'll get back to that in a second. So I was looking for a restaurant that had great tequila and great Mexican food about 3 blocks down from the Hilton on the right side. And all I saw now is a construction site. So maybe it got torn down. I don't know. So we went to this pub last night, and they have tater tots. But they've got tater tots in like 8 different combinations. They have it with blue cheese. We had plain tater tots, which were good, but they had it with sriracha and what else? Teriyaki sauce. Thank you, Tony.
Oh my God, that sounds so
and like mayonnaise or sour cream or something like that.
I need to go out to eat with you when you're in town next. You are eating it. I have not been to that place.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of I don't want to call it a dive bar.
Yeah.
And it's off the beaten track. It's a half a block in from 6th Street.
Okay.
But it was cool, and actually great burgers.
Yeah. Nice.
Very limited menu.
Yeah.
There's maybe 6 or 7 things. It was late. We were tired. Our whole crew was setting up all day yesterday. I flew in. I got us lost. And finally, Connor said, hey, you know, here's where we're going. You know, this is it. Stop wandering around. And also to your point of what's going on here in Austin. So Connor used to live in LA. Now he lives in Boston. He has some friends here. He actually came in early. And based on the price of rent and the hipness of Austin and it being a college town and everything else, he's actually thinking about moving here It's
Yeah,
Austin.
the lifestyle appeal is huge.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's really a great place if you have a specialized diet in any way. You can find other communities of people who eat like that here. And I
Oh, okay.
primarily write about cooking at home. And it is a grocery lover's paradise here. And
Yep.
it's such a fun place to swap recipes. The food blogging community here is so strong. And it's just a place where if you love food, there are other people who want to talk about food.
Sure.
And it's always on everybody's mind. So.
Well, Addie, thank you for being here.
Sure.
Thank you for being a judge. I can't wait to hear what you've got to say.
How many
about these-
potato dishes are we eating?
3. Just
Oh,
3.
Okay. I'd heard there were 20 competitors a couple of years ago.
No, yes. Well, okay. So
which got me excited.
yeah.
but-
So when I started the Spud Nation Throwdown, it was a lot more complicated.
Yeah.
It took us 2 days to set it up.
Yep.
We had all the ingredients. We actually had 20 of them. When we culled it down. This year we're being easy.
Nice. 3.
Easy.
That's all you need.
3.
Good. Well, I cannot wait to try the dishes.
Okay,
So
well,
thanks, Phil.
Addie, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to take a break, and actually we're now going to go onto Addie's live stream, and
It's at the Austin 360 Facebook page. Austin 360 and the Austin American-Statesman are joined brands, and every Wednesday at noon I do live streams, and we talk about everything there is related to food. And actually, in today's food section, I ran specifically because the Potato Expo is here, a piece about crisping up potato skins. If you do
Yeah.
like a twice baked potato,
Right.
but instead of putting the mashed potatoes back into the potato skin, what I
Right.
did was put the potato skins back in the oven with more olive oil and salt, and then
Okay.
cut them up into little pieces as a topping for a baked potato soup. So
Very
like a
clever.
crouton, but with the russet
and
potato
even you
skins.
could do that on salads.
Phil Lempert, are you going to become a food
Yeah.
writer next? Like
No,
grocery
no.
write recipes?
No. But I think that's very cool.
Yep. So we're going to talk about potatoes over on the Facebook page on Austin 360 here in just a few minutes.
And then in about 10 minutes, we'll be right back here at the Eye at Potato Expo at the Austin Convention Center. So don't forget, and 5 o'clock, again, real important, tune in for the Spud Nation Throwdown.